Treating debt repayment in a hyperinflationary environment. What do I mean by this topic to start with? Let me give you a very simple example. Because of the turmoil in the Middle East, because of the Arab Spring, the purchasing power of a lot of currencies in the Middle East went down. One of them is the Syrian lira. What if someone from Syria has given 900 Syrian lira to somebody else as a loan prior to the Arab Spring, and then after 2 or 3 years of the Arab Spring, the debt or the loan became due? Now the borrower wants to pay back the money. Does he have to pay the lender only 900 Syrian lira or more? Why I'm raising this question? Because the purchasing power of the Syrian lira 3 years after the Arab Spring went down significantly. That's called devaluation. Is it fair enough to ask the borrower to pay only 900 Syrian lira, or he has to pay more than that? If he pays more than that, by default this is riba. How to differentiate between what is riba and what is not riba, what is fairness and justice, enough for the two contracting parties, for the lender and for the borrower. This is exactly what I mean by treating debt repayment in a hyperinflationary environment. In order for us to understand the fiqh ruling correctly, we need to establish a default rule or general rule in paying off debts. Okay, what is the default rule and what is the exception? And then after that, a kind of differentiation between commodity versus fiat money. How to handle paying debts if the money has been given via fiat money versus commodity money. Something else that we need to discuss is the force majeure. Okay, force majeure means that any preventive circumstances, any forcing circumstances where the two contracting parties are not a part of it. They did not create it. It's something actually has been imposed in the society at large. What does the force majeure actually have to do with the way that the debt is to be paid in a fair and just way? And then, is there any way to draw a line, okay, or to differentiate between the inflation that is reasonable, that is expected, versus the inflation that is very, very unreasonable, very, very unusual? Based on those different factors, we can come up with a fiqh ruling on how to treat a debt, if the market value or the purchasing power of the money has been significantly devaluated.